Okay, so I've been hearing this request for a new award stand. I believe this is for track. And I believe the idea is that people stand on top of this thing. So if, this is going to sound terrible, if what I've seen on video games is anything like what they've got this sort of three-tier thing, and the people sit on top of this with the little awards, and that's the general idea that I'm going to work with today. We're going to look at a couple different ways of doing this, maybe steel, maybe wood. Maybe a combo of the two, probably a combo of the two really. And we're going to look at how you might go ahead and design this thing. So, let's begin. So first off, I guess I should figure out how much space I take up. Luckily, my tile floors happen to have 1 foot tile on them, so if I stand in the center of a set of tiles, I can figure out how much space the average person, the average man at least, takes up. So let's go ahead and see what that does. Alright, so I am now standing at the center of my tile. And, you know, it looks like I can comfortably fit on a 4 foot, or excuse me, a 2 foot by 2 foot section. 4 foot square. So, let's go and put that down. 2 foot, 2 foot standing area. Alright, there we go. So, the average person, or at least I, can sit or stand relatively comfortable on a 2 foot by 2 foot square. So that means these things should be 2 foot by 2 foot. So, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to start by looking at how to do this with steel. So we'd use square tubing because it's cheap, it's easy to weld, and it works. And we're going to make basically a box frame with this stuff. So I'll sit here like this. Again, this would end up being 2 foot and 2 foot. I would say, I honestly don't know. Third can sit at 1 foot. First will sit at 2 foot. And second will be 1 foot 6 inches. I don't know. But that would be what I would start with. And we could build all three of them just like this, and then you could carry them over and set them up, and it would work great. And of course, we'd cover this with plywood. So that would end up looking like square tubing. We'll do a side view of this. Like this. Actually, probably a section view is what we'll call this. So we'll call this so square tubing, and then on the side here we'll have our plywood. 1 inch. One square tube. Plywood. And we could probably do something as simple as a 1/2 inch. A, B, or A, C, X. Either of those would probably end up working. So that's an idea. We could do something similar out of wood. In order to keep the weight down, I'm actually more worried about the wood weighing a ton than the steel weighing a ton. We would probably end up using 2x3s. And just do something like this. Probably end up using California corners on everything. They're going to be heavier, but they'll stand up to anything. People could jump around on top of a California corner structure and it wouldn't move at all. And so again, we'd use 2x4s or 2x3s. And then we'd sheet it with, again, plywood. And sheeting with the plywood would actually be what gave this thing its strength at this point. And to give people a general idea of what that math would look like, this is going to equal 1.5 inches. This will equal 1.5 inches. And let's say we were going to end up doing this for the 1 foot, for the third place stand, for the 1 foot stand. If we need this whole thing to equal 1 foot, this section right here would equal 9 inches. And the reason for that is 12 foot minus, or 12 inches minus 1.5 and 1.5. 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 3. So 12 minus 3 equals 9. So this would end up working out pretty well. With something like this, we'd probably end up cutting out little, actually both of these will probably end up cutting out little handholds in the sides here so that you can pick them up. So let's go ahead and put a little detail off to the side here. So you can pick that up and move it around since it is going to be sort of a big thing. We'd obviously want to sheet the top and sides. We wouldn't bother putting anything on the bottom. Ooh, there's an idea. We could make these stackings. They'd be sort of like a Matryoshka doll. So you'd have a probably third box, and then sitting on top of that would be a second box, and then sitting over the whole thing would be a first box. And so for something like this, we might say that this here is 2 foot. This here would be 2 foot 6 inches. And then the big one would end up being 3 foot. And that would give the first place person a little bit of space. And if we stack them up like this and look down from the top of that setup, we would have something that looked a bit more like this. So third, first, and second. This would be a top view. So this would be a stacking set. And I would probably make this out of steel, just because dealing with the thickness here would be too much. Steel would be much easier to work with. All right, so those are my basic first ideas for an awards stand for track or any other sports. If you happen to like what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe over here. And watch other videos over here, of course. And if you happen to have any ideas of other things I should draw, other projects I should draw up, go ahead and leave a few comments below. Have a great day.